Hello and welcome to another stream. We are brewing with Umori here. I already streamed a league with a deck list similar to this one, and this is just another another round at the same thing. But after making some changes, so we did cut a couple of one drops. We had Noble Hierarchs before. We are adding Eldritch Rejuvenator, Eternal Witness, and Kitchen Things. We also cut the ape. Can't remember the name. We cut the 6-drop ape, and we added one more land, and we cut the Dried Arbor for another for 2 Cavernous Souls. So yeah, we're gonna see how it goes. Oh, also I was very impressed by Eidolon Rhetoric against the Prowess deck. So we're actually adding a second copy of the card. Oh, you have to be kidding me! We just played against this player, and they're on the red green deck, which we can't beat. That sucks. Especially on the draw, I don't think we can beat this deck. Even on the play, we can't really beat it anyway, but on the draw, it's particularly bad. So yeah, this Ivan has been farming us like there's no tomorrow. It's pretty rough. It's funny how Mother is now straight up commander. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Also, they always, I think every single time they had 4 mana on turn 2. Pillage my forest. Okay. So I guess I'm gonna go get another forest. Ivan has his farming ass. Has been farming ass. Both. All of the above is the correct answer. Come on, Ivan. What the hell, man? We're gonna get mooned here, aren't we? Well, at least we're not getting mooned, I guess. So it doesn't matter with which one we block while the Obosh is in play. So I think I'd rather go with this. Steve and I'm gonna Temple Garden here. Bold face and yeah, this is just gross. This deck is so absurd. This deck is so ridiculous when it draws like that. And Ivan is really good at drawing like this. Alright, Knight of Autumn, Scavenging Nooses, Ramming Up, Courser. That's it. This time around we're on the play. Maybe we have a reasonable draw. So I guess this is... No, so set as deck. There we go. God damn it. Well, I guess this is better than playing the Artisan. Do we want to? I think I want to go Splitter here, actually. Hopefully time walks them a little bit. Okay. Just gonna Finks here. Blood Moon. And again, we are kind of doing it. Choke? Really? Okay, so basically your Dryad cannot die unless my opponent wants to like undo their choke. So basically this Dryad is virtually unkillable. So 5-turn clock. This is just not good against the Dryad decks, I don't think. It seems a little bit cute to me. Maybe I'm crazy. Yeah, they can't boil because of Obosh. I know, but like you just don't bring anything. You just don't bring this card. That is the point that I'm trying to make. So I can't really play a second Dryad, because then at that point my opponent actually can block one of them. And we're still under the choke. So what I'm considering is whether I should play the Rallier and just get back a Gracer. Well, I think so. Just as a chump blocker. I can really not beat them drawing cards, right? So that is out of the question. think you probably have to go down to 2 here. All right, sweet. So now my opponent is choosing to discard the card, basically. Now their choke doesn't do anything, and I get to untap like normal. That is my point about choke. It's just like, is it really worth it? I don't think so, but people continue bringing it in against me. It's pretty good. Yep. Let's try to target our enchantment. Guess we wall first. Green, green. Second Blood Moon is kind of brutal. I guess they have to kill the Fiend Artisan though. Must be nice to have it all, I guess. I mean, YOLO. We're trading for the Obosh, and they're going down to 2. You know, choke is just not a valid strategy. It's too easy to play around. It's just too easy to beat, right? I don't think if your deck is playing choke, you should. If your deck is playing ball, you can do that. You can bring ball against a Dryad decks and hope to get lucky. Choke, it's just not a thing. Kogla good against Bloodmoon? Yeah, if it only didn't cost green, it didn't cost green, right? So it's not it's not particularly easy to make work, right? Yeah. So that's the main problem there. What's going on? Are we lagging? Yeah, we're lagging a little bit. It's checking for a while. Well, I think we have to play the Sanctuary here and hope for the best. Don't really have high hopes for that, but Love-Struck Beast. Okay. Steve, say go. So they have to do something here, right? Like Blood Moon or something? Pillage. Season Pyro. Wow, are we gonna beat this deck? Chat, I think we're gonna beat this deck. It doesn't look good for them right now. Now it looks even worse. I'm gonna get Blast Zone and Field of the Dead. Turns out turn 3 Titan is good against everything. It looks like it. Wait, what? Don't like that attack at all. I just can't. Okay, so we're gonna get field. Yeah, this is just game over. Field plus bog. Bog them. Make a lot of zombies. One, two, three. Crack this. This is interesting. So we can... I think we want to rally her and get back to Blast Zone. Because it means 2 more zombies too. So they have access to 3 mana. Dying from 18 seems tough here. How many blockers do they have? So they have 5 blockers, which means only 3 of these dudes are going to make it through. We can blow up the Arbor Elf, which is defensible, actually. I think we're just going to attack with everything, and then we're just going to play as Goose and just eat everything. Yeah, I think we are the aggressor here. Okay, we don't even have to blow up the last zone, that's great. So... we're gonna do... Umori, green, and 1. And, whoops, tapped 1 too many. Gonna name creature. Play Scavenginus. Gonna play Well of Blossoms. Another Scusi. Bold Face. Okay. Let's just eat an Arbor Elf so we don't die to double Lightning Bolt. Pass the turn. Wow. That's a really bad matchup for us. That's a very, very bad matchup. I think my opponent they just got themselves with the choke. I don't know how to really play this. I mean, it's not that complicated. Just play creatures. What else could you need? Creatures can do everything. We beat a guy on the leaderboard. Oh, did we? Has Ivan been killing it? No, I don't think Ivan is. Oh yeah, there's Ivan Catanduva, Brazil. It's pretty funny. Like a lot of the Brazilian players have BR at the end of their name, which is funny. How has Kenrith treated you? Not great. I don't think it's very good. We cut him. He sounds it's pretty good against the Lurrus deck. Do I do drum videos too? I used to do a lot more of them back in the day. Now I don't do anymore. I just play drums. Don't really make videos. Just go play my gig or teach my lesson. And that's it. So we're gonna get a forest and we're gonna Gracer here. I think I'm going to play the Valakut instead of this Sanctuary. Well, I guess it's the same, right? Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna Sanctuary then. So now we're gonna be able to Dryad. Dryad plus Valakut. And on the following turn, we can Titan. Unless my opponent has a Thoughtseize. Sacred Foundry. So I guess our opponent is playing the other version of this deck. I don't think that the white splash is really worth it in those decks. I think it's better if you just like choose your lane and you choose to be like red black or red white. Kind of like hanging in the middle. Doesn't sound too exciting to me. Wear Terror is pretty good. How long have I been playing this game? Like 3 minutes right now? No, I'm messing with you. I started playing back in Odyssey, which is a long time ago. And then I took a 10-year break and I started playing again in Pro Tour Born of the Gods, which was, I can't remember when it was. Maybe like 5 or 6 years ago. I think it was 6 years ago. I think it was 2014 if I'm not mistaken. Loved Odyssey. Yeah, Odyssey was great. Odyssey was amazing. Like the first truly graveyard centric set. It was a lot of fun. Also, the cards were just a lot more just cool back then, you know? Like nowadays the cards are just stupid. It's not that fun anymore. Because the cards are just so absurdly broken that it takes the fun away from them. But like Wild Mongrel, for example, was the best creature ever printed for a really long time. So this is gonna be pretty straightforward here. Just get Valakut. It's gonna be 12 triggers. Just kill them. I mean, why blast them when we can just blow them up? Okay, so we like Scusi, we like Thalia, we definitely like Eidolons, Courser. Ewit can go, Kitchen Finks is fine. The Fiend Artisans are a little bit sketchy. Guess we're just gonna bring in the Unite. I missed when she was about pills. LMAO, never mind. Yeah. How do I stream with Facecam? I put a camera and then I turn it on. I use OBS to stream. Because this hand is fine. We just bottom with Thalia. I don't think we can bottom a land there. Not when we're trying to trigger Valakut, right? I would have loved to, because my opponent doesn't seem to be on a Lava Dart list, so I love Turmoil when it released. Couple of ritual decorated Putrid. Yeah, Turmoil was cool. Gracer is so good against his Prowess decks. It's kind of awesome. No second land drop, also it's probably good for us. Surak the Hunt color be better than Kenrith, or does a Hazer just not seem good? It just seems unnecessary. We could play Surak. It's just you don't really need something to haste. Like if you resolve your Titan, you're probably gonna be winning. Or like if your Fiend Artisan didn't, I guess maybe as a way to Fiend Artisan and just haste on the same turn. The problem with that is that like you're just using 4 mana on the Surak. Unless you already have the Surak in play, I guess, and then you just play the Fiend Artisan and you can activate it in the same turn. Still, you probably cannot really activate it for a bunch. The life gain from Kenrith can be good sometimes. Yeah, for sure. Laquatus's Champion. That one's pretty sweet. I used to be a big fan of like Cabal Coffers and those cards. I've shown this multiple times on stream, but like I'm always excited when I have an excuse to do it. But yeah, this is my Blue-Green Madness deck from back in the day. If you see that, yeah. It's Chromoxen, Careful Studies. A lot of the cards are in Spanish, because I was, of course, living in Argentina when I built this deck. Wild Mongrel, this was like one of the best creatures ever printed. 2 mana 2/2, you discard the card, and it changes colors, and it can... and it gets +1/+1. Aquamoeba, this one was insane, because damage stacked back then. So it was basically a 2 mana. It was basically a 2 mana 3/3, a 2 mana 3/3, which was insanely above rate back then. So we're playing against Uwe Freitas, which is a very good Storm player. Did we cut the? Okay, so Thalia is in the main deck. So that's our plan. Just moving on to Thalia. Mongrel, Maguski for study waterfront bouncer. Yeah, exactly. All of those fellas. All of those fellas. Magic was very different back then. Magic was really, really different back then. So this is probably not gonna be good enough. Unless we top deck the Thalia. They did bottom twice with their Spiral Bluff Canal. Oh. Okay. That's different than what I was expecting. So we probably can't beat this deck, can we? Because if there's a will, there's a way. So 1, 2, 3, Dryad. Play this, Cavern on Giant. Green. So they probably still have like restore the instant that they can play restore balance with. Wow, that's an early concession. Okay, so we definitely want this. We definitely want these. We probably want this, and that's about it, I think. Again, Fiend Artisan seems a little bit rough. Rejuvenator, Finks. I guess Finks is okay. Like after they sack everything, we get it back. Rallier seems good to get back. Our dead Thalias and stuff. Oh, Wall of Blossoms can go. Mind Sensor for fun. Would you say it was better? You mean back in the day? Probably. I enjoyed it more. Like, the decks were not just egregious, right? It's not battle. It was not battle cruiser. Like you had to really. All the games were a lot longer, basically, and because the games were, but they were not longer in a snowbally kind of way, right? There was always, very often there were ways that you could come back. Nowadays, that's just not really the case anymore. And with cards like exactly with all of those cards, especially like the Yorion and stuff, like the person that's ahead, it's never gonna stop being ahead. It's a lot more snowbally. Also, the advantage kind of like you're kind of like at parity, and if one of the two players kind of like sneaks in, they like their advantage just goes up exponentially, right? It's very hard that you have like a game with a ton of back and forth. How do you fix that? Making cards not as busted. Back in the day, this was not that much of an issue. Barring like design mistakes, right? Like Affinity, for example. When you had one of those design mistakes, but then like they banned like a bazillion cards from Affinity. So like they fixed it. And there was like one banning was like, I can't believe they banned something. Like that's so crazy. Nowadays, banning is not only the norm, but it's also necessary. Because they just push so hard, they just push so stupidly hard, then they just break it every single set. And it gets sold very easily. Honestly, I don't know how Magic keeps getting new players. Because I would understand the enfranchise players, because like us, the enfranchise players are us just like we just kind of follow the game regardless, and we are so in already that you can't really get out at this point. But like I have no idea how a new player, if I were a new player and they banned my deck that I have been like working to build for months, I would quit immediately. I would be just like, yep, that's just not for me. Remember, Gruul Crab was in a pre-constructed deck and didn't realize how busted it was at the time. Yeah, actually, they thought that they nerfed it. That is the funniest story. Like the fact that Skull Clump in the beginning gave you +1/+1, and then they actually nerfed it by giving it a +1, making it +1/-1. Monkey Milling, thank you for the follow. But they didn't think about the fact that you would start sacrificing your 1/1s for value. Which is pretty funny. That's an ancestral. So I think this Eidolon is going to do a considerable amount of work. Most players who like to build do Solar Arena. Yeah, that's possible. Arena really made the game a lot more available to the masses. Also, a lot of the things that were back then, like for example, once you understood the damage on the stack, for example, I thought it was amazing. It was such a cool ruling, and yeah, it was just great. Like I just love damage on the stack. You could make so many, when you really understood it. It's not like you were like cheating on everything, but just by having a deeper understanding of the rules, you could outplay your opponent, right? So here I think my opponent has some kind of counter, so I'm just gonna put a name spirit here. And our opponent should not be able to... What's damage on the stack? The way that it works, you know how there's stack, how there's a stack, right? Like this, what we see right here, the stack. You play a spell and it goes on the stack, and then your opponent gets to do something, and then you get priority, and you can respond to your own spell if you want, which is sometimes relevant in older formats, especially. But back in the day, you know, when you do damage, when you deal damage with a creature to your opponent, that damage used to go on the stack. So you could have your 1/1 playing against your opponent's 1/1, and then you would put damage, you would block, your opponent would trade, you could put damage on the stack. So there was 1 damage on the stack that was going to be dealt to this, and 1 damage that was going to be dealt to this, and then you could maybe sacrifice your creature for other effect or whatever. So cards like Morgue Fanatic were actually very good back then. This guy. Because you would have a 1-mana 1/1, then you would block your opponent's creature, you would put damage on the stack, and then you would deal them 1 more damage, and you could like ping something else or whatever. And even Steve used to be so good back then because of the same reason. You could block your opponent's 1/1 with Steve, and then you would put damage on the stack, and then you would sacrifice Steve to go fetch your land. And you would kill their 1/1, and you would also get your land. It was great. No land sucks there. I think I'm going to play a Finks, though. I think my opponent's going to remand it, but that's fine. Just think I want to clock my opponent. That's a problem. Land? Awesome. So they can't really do anything at instant speed. I think I'm going to attack here. Gonna play this Naming Giant, Fiend Artisan for 3, sack this. Finks persists. Fiend Artisan is gonna get 9 of Autumn. Destroy that. It's going off. Okay. So they can't cast the thing. Eidolon is just so nuts. Eidolon is just so ridiculous. It's great. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, does this work? Yeah, no, it doesn't. That's what I thought. Okay, so I guess I'm going to draw a card with Wall of Blossoms here. Rejuvenator. Not great. Two cards on the bottom. All right. Can they find it as foretold? How the hell are we 3-0, chat? How the hell are we 3-0 right now? I think I'm gonna go refill my water if you will wait for me. I'm gonna do that very quickly. Don't go anywhere. Oh no, I missed it. Chair stream. Oh yeah. Chair, if you think about it, chair is the only omnipresence in this stream, right? 100% of the time the chair is right here. Not even I am 100% of the time on stream, right? So this, in reality, this is actually a chair stream. I'm just a guest. I'm just a regular guest in chair stream. We're also 3-0 with this pile of garbage. How many times have we actually cast Umori? It's probably not that many. It's probably not that many times that we've cast the namesake. Uh-oh. Oh. Well, I guess that uh-oh is accurate. No trample and no flying. As long as they don't have a Okay. This we might be able to beat. Forest. Play Steve. Chair can get a new brand league. Yeah, Chair is a fine. It's a fine presence in this stream. So I guess I'm sacking anyway. So might as well. Spirit Dancer, okay, that's fine. Well, this Blast Zone's gonna be good. This Blast Zone's gonna be pretty freaking good. So this plays around Path to Exile a lot better. Also, my Fiend Artisan is a 3/3. Yep. Oh no, they have a flyer now. Planes. Play my prime time. So we're gonna do field plus Blast Zone. Brews is not certified 0. Yeah. Yeah, the only time that we didn't do, like, we went 3-2 in the first league, then the second league we went 2-3, and that was the one where I really shoot myself in the foot by adding Reclaimer and Knight. I really shoot myself in the foot. And then now we are, after making some changes in the first league, we're currently 3-0. I really don't understand what my opponent's doing here. Like, you're in attack phase, just... You either try to kill me by attacking with your Boggle. I'm gonna go down to 5, then I'm gonna sack this, go down to 4, and then I'm gonna attack for a bunch. But I don't think there's any combination of cards that saves my opponent here. That's 12, so we can do up to 16, which is lethal. So you can blow everything up and force the chomp on the Dryad. Yeah, I don't know what... I don't think they can do anything. Even Daybreak Coronet would have been not lethal. It just prevents me from fetching with Winds of Heath, and then we just stabilize next turn with the Blast Zone, so... Slight BM test. Okay, what's the best way to do this? I think we're going to start by cycling. Balakut. Okay, so I think we're just going to... Oh, they just conceded. Okay. All right, so we want this one. Do we want Thalia? Do we want Thalia? I think we do want Thalia, right? I guess on the draw I don't want Thalia actually. So in the draw I'd rather have Rejuvenator. Always Thalia, says Thalia TRL. Very much on brand for you, Thalia. I don't think Eidolon is good on the draw. I can see Eidolon on the play, and even still it's kind of shaky. We don't have that many ways to play a 3-drop on turn 2. Yeah, this gets a little bit awkward. I think we can keep that. Okay. Hopefully we find the green source here. Easy. So we're just gonna put Cavern on human, I guess. Human. Bogle is a beast? Interesting. I don't know how I always managed to miss the Titan streams. Dealing damage, I streamed Titan yesterday for like 10 hours. Yes, how did you miss that? It was literally 10 hours. Oh, that's cute. This is a noose. It's funny. I think we're just gonna Thalia here, right? Above Bogle Beast Boy, yeah. So they're probably gonna be able to just play a single spell this turn, which is good for us. Just play Lurrus. Daybreak Coronet. Well, that's if you're gonna play only a single spell, that's a pretty good one to be playing. Okay. It's a fine draw. These governs are pretty awkward. Okay, so we're gonna name Dryad. Solo feature on Green Tron this week. Finally, might be able to justify buying Titan now. Nice. I had like 5 modern decks, and even before the current situation, I was playing modern less than once a month. I mean, that's what happens with what happened for me, but that was mostly because of my work. Monkey Milling, thank you for the subscription. welcome to the Primetime Stronghold. Thank you for sharing that tweet, Tremblove. Welcome to the stream. Okay, I guess I'm gonna block this time around. So I guess I won't Blast Zone here. Yeah, this game has been all sorts of awkward. I don't think there's anything we can draw though. Indeed. All right, just gonna pack it in. My LGS became like standard only. People claim they can't afford modern, but half of the case it's singles. Yeah, exactly. That's such a bad argument, honestly. Thalia on the play sounds a lot better than on the draw. Same with Fiend Artisan. Took me like 10 minutes to figure out how to use the Twitch panel. Thank you for using it here, Monkey Milan. I appreciate it. Are you the one who played the Naya cycling deck in the modern stream? That's me. That's me. That's Astral Ren. That's my baby. Where is Astral Ren? Right here. If you want to check out some Astral Ren content, I recommend you go to my YouTube channel. And if you just search for Astral Ren, there's many leagues that I play with this deck, at least like 5 or 6. And you can see the deck from its inception towards, you know, just moving forward. You're moving back to Modern. Oh, really? That's awesome, Monkey. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm really happy that you decided to join Modern again. You can do some sweet stuff in Modern. Oof. Oh my. Oh my. I recommend the Reduke match. Yeah, that one was pretty good. That one was pretty good. Yeah, I think we're gonna ship this. Pog. Okay, so we're gonna bottom the Cavern. Yeah, seems like the worst land in the hand. So keep. Put him most to 6. So we have turn 2 Fiend Artisan, turn 3 Dryad, and we do have access to Blast Zone. Well, hello there. That's better than Fiend Artisan. Thalia was a D's plus top deck, like the kids say. D's top deck. Can confirm we do say that. Okay, good to know. Thanks for confirming, Artemis. Thanks for the confirmation. Spirit Dancer. Well, that's potentially a problem. Can we try prime time so we can just steal this game? Could we please draw a prime time so we can just get away with this game? I'll take Valakut as well. I will take Valakut as well. I mean, we're winning this race. So that's cool. I guess I shouldn't have shown the blast on there. Okay, opponent takes it. So if they have a lifelink aura, so I think I'm just going to play the Fiend Artisan and say go. Because we can get a Titan next turn, which should be lethal. I guess, yeah, we could. We can because we can actually... Thalia sack, get revolt, get back Thalia. I don't think that we can stack it in such a way, unfortunately. Can we? Yes, I guess we can. So we can activate this for... No, we can't. Because we need 4 mana. Yeah, we'll be 2 mana short. Never mind, we don't have the mana. Yeah, I'm thinking that we probably don't have to crack this. But I like the way that this doesn't work is if my opponent finds a lifelink. So if they have a lifelink in Aura, I think I'm gonna crack the Blast Zone. And if they don't, we're not gonna. Rancor does not scare me. So next turn we're just gonna sack the Thalia, get a prime time. Valak at their face to death. Alright. That sucks. Because now they're holding a Path to Exile. So now I really don't want to sack the Thalia because we might get blown out. Well, if I sack the Thalia, then yes, that is the point. Right? Yeah, exactly. They can do it in response to the sack. No, they just let the Titan resolve and then they pass the Dryad. Do we want to sack the Blast Zone? I mean, we can just sack the Blast Zone and blow everything up. Just attack for 5. Put my opponent in an awkward spot. Actually, I think we just chill here. I think we just pass. Sack Canopy. I actually don't think I like sacrificing the Blast Zone on end step. Because like the only way that I can really lose is to this Core Spirit Dancer getting super buff and just killing me on one swing. So my opponent needs to invest more time into that Core Spirit Dancer. Yeah, we do have a Pokemon. But again, I'm trying for my opponent to invest time and resources into this. Time and mana, really. Because they're not really investing resources because they're cantripping every turn, but they are investing time and mana into this Core Spirit Dancer. Non-lethal attack means that I take it. Right? Yeah, I think we just take it. And now on end step we do, depending on what they do, suppression field. So now this costs 2 more. Damn it. That's actually really good right now. Yeah, that taxes the blast zone. But we still have enough, right? Also, now my opponent attacked and we have lethal because they're taking 2-4 and we can just sack Steve. Yeah, so they are just... No, they're just Dobbs. Yeah, they're just dead. I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything, but I don't think they are. I don't think I am. I think we're just good here. Guess I'm just gonna crack this for value. Because I can. Just to show them my opponent. Just to show my opponent. No, like we just play Steve and sack it and we have lethal. Six, yeah. Play word for value? No, we can't. Just casually for now. Sandman for team. Thank you for the follow. We're 4-0, chat. God damn it. This pile is fantastic. I mean, it's a fine pile. I'm not gonna say no to that. It's a fine pile. All right. My opponents are scared. They don't want to join. We also went 4-0 the first league you did with Astro Ren. It wasn't the first one. It wasn't the first one. It was like, it took me a while to go 4-1 with Astro Ren. It took me a while to go 4-1 with Astro Ren. It wasn't easy. I tried. Trust me that I tried. This deck is fun though. It has some cool stuff. I wish there was something better than Fiend Artisan though. This card seems like something that we need but we don't really want, if that makes sense. I don't think there's many other alternatives. Like we could try to brew like maybe there is an Umori Vanifar deck. It's just so bad though. It's so bad. Umori seems unnecessary. Let's say that we haven't cast Umori that much. Oh, it was Ren memes. That's right, Trex. Yeah, it was Ren memes. That's what it was. Umori Vanifar. I don't think I even own any Vanifars. We probably want 4 of these. I guess that we could even build Vanifar with Sirda as well. I mean, for this brew sesh. Yeah, we're going to be looking at that. We can probably do that before we finish the stream. Playing against Yorion. How do we like this hand against a Yorion deck? I think I'm going to keep... This could be escape shift, and then we're just dead. But... Umori was not individually powerful, but it made primetime more consistent. I'm not sure I agree with that. Like, primetime wasn't more consistent because of Umori. Primetime was just consistent because it's primetime. Like, if there's something that primetime delivers on, isn't consistency. But we haven't needed Umori in order to cast primetime, basically ever. Maybe there was like one time where we did or something, or maybe 2. I mean, I guess it is technically correct. But yeah, exactly. You're cutting packs from your deck, which means you're drawing primetime less. So I don't think that statement is 100% accurate. Not if you compare it to to another one of... Okay, so we're actually playing against Escape Shift. I suspect this matchup is going to be pretty bad. I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying? Huh. Let this resolve, opponent. Come on. Come on. Yes. Double spelling like a boss. Look at this. Look at this. Just look at it. Do you see that value, chat? Do you see that value? It makes this stuff slightly more cheaper. Yeah, except that doesn't really matter. Which is my main problem with Umori. Like, Umori just didn't really do anything at all. What is this, Udo? So I think I want to... Steve here. Yeah, I think I want to crack Steve. Bomb it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Name creature. Play this guy. I don't like that fetch at all. I guess my opponent might be playing a control deck instead of skip shift. I don't like this fetch at all. If we find Bujugibog here, that's going to actually be kind of great for us. Bog, please. Ah, come on. Feels bad, man. Why didn't we play the plains first? Because even if we do find a field, it doesn't matter. Like, we still get only 2 zombies from the trigger. Like, we're gonna get 3 zombies in total, right? Well, I guess we would have gotten 1 more zombie. Uro would be very annoying here. So if our opponent is able to flashback the Uro here, I keep saying flashback and that's not gonna change, so get over it, chat. Escape the Uro. They are 1 card off. They can't Uro right now. Gonna path my Umori. Okay. I mean, if we draw Titan, we might be in fine shape. If we don't draw like this, we have this turn to draw something impactful, basically. Retrace Uro, yeah. Embalm the Earth. Prime time. Second Valakut is no bueno. We don't really have good attacks either. Yeah, that's the most value I got from Umori. Yeah, for real, right? Huh. They attack? I'm just gonna throw all the zombies in front of that. Maybe we get blown out, but like we cannot beat this Uro just drawing a card every turn. Why doesn't this deck play Uro as well? Because we're green-white. we wouldn't be able to cast Uro if we were playing it, you know? No, in our reality, it's because I think like the blue doesn't have good creatures for the sideboard. So like we could play blue and green for Uro main deck, but then like we just don't have creatures for the sideboard. So I think we want Kiki in this deck. Want Resto. It's pretty good. Makes no shocks and just ban Astrolabe. I mean, Prismatic Vista is basically a snow fetch, so. I would like to draw cards, chat, and we're not drawing cards. Can we please draw cards instead of not drawing cards? I think like it would be a lot better if we were to draw cards. Yeah, but field value is not enough to slow down a Jace, and my opponent still having access to their Yorion. So I think we'll just. I guess I do have Ghost Squatter. Ghost Squatter is the worst draw, because I cannot get my f6 value now, because I might want to interact with what they're doing. Kappa. Also, the fact that none of the lands that we have, none of the lands that we've drawn is a cavern is really annoying. Have I tried cheating? Draws extra cards all the time and pretends he was. Free draws are actually pretty good. I can see free draws being pretty good. Snot opponent has Ren too. Damn it. Who's drawing cards now? Well, they are. They're drawing a lot of cards. With both of their active planeswalkers. Drawing a lot of cards with both. Galvani Township in the list? No. We don't have Galvani Township, unfortunately. Wait. What? Why? Prime time? JeffCat13 with the subscription. Welcome back for the 7 months now, JeffCat. That's awesome. Thank you so much for the support. Has anybody in chat ever met anybody less lucky than I am? Look at how unlucky we are. Opponent gets to do all their cool stuff. Well, we don't. Are they gonna get to play their 4/5 flyer? Gonna get to draw 1, 2, 3, 4 cards and reset their Jace. I wish I were as lucky as opponent. Trying to draw runner prime times and win. At this point, it might not even be enough. Because, like, Yorion clocks so quickly. It's insane how quickly Yorion clocks you. So it's possible that our opponent can just, like, loop Cryptics for the remainder of the game and just, like, Yorion beat me down with his Icewind Quaddles. You definitely want to attack first, opponent. Or not. That's also cool. GQ yourself for extra Sambo? No, I don't think that's worth it. We could have GQ'd them to deny them a draw step. I don't think that's good either. Okay, so which cards matter? Primetime matters. Wow, opponent going to discard. That's how you know that they're lucky. That's how you know that opponent's having a good time. They're going to discard, you know. Oof, okay. Always yes. Always yes, always yield. You see, opponent's too lucky. Just too lucky. Just too lucky. Guess we have 6. Fourth Quaddle. So many snakes. Definitely taking my block there. Opponent still has a 2-turn clock though, so not sure how much more I can really do. Also, we got no more basics. They were not already dead, Jeff Cat. The way that Valakut works is it checks both on trigger and it also checks on upon resolution. So if they pass the Dryad in response, then the Dryad disappears. The Dryad disappears, and then I don't have 6 mountains anymore. So Valakut, like the mountain that I saw coming into play, actually, Valakut doesn't see it anymore when the trigger resolves. And of course, what that causes is that it doesn't trigger. We can't GQ our own land because we don't have basics anymore. This is game 1. This is game 1. We do have some tools for game 2. We did fizzle a lot this game. We fizzled a lot that game. Ravinep, Trackers, Courser. So I think we just don't want cards like Gracer and stuff, and we just want all real cards instead. Do we want Eidolon? I guess that Fiend Artisan can actually beat down, right? Well, Willow Blossoms cannot. You played my opponent yesterday? Yeah. My opponent played in one league. Is it close to time? I think I am playing tonight. It should be live. We're gonna host the MSL tonight for sure. After the stream is done. We're 7 minutes, 7 o'clock. Yeah, for sure. I mean, if we win game 2, my opponent's gonna need to make sure that they win quickly the game 3. All right, Dark Viper. The only thing standing before us and 5-0 glory. I think I'm just gonna pitch the Mind Sensor here. We can also pitch the Bog. Oh, it's so greedy to pitch the Bog. Just gonna pitch the Mind Sensor. It's so greedy to pitch the Bog there. This does seem keepable, but it doesn't seem good. Steve would be a fine draw here, because if we Steve, that means that we can Tracker plus land on turn 3, which would be great. Steve? No. We shuffle when it's not in our deck. Yeah. I like a lot more to have Uro in my deck than in my opponent's deck. I'll give you that. So I don't think they're on Scape Shift. Fiend Artisan. I think I'm just gonna name Human here. I'm gonna play Dryad. I think I'm just gonna F6. It seems very important for us to resolve this tracker to undo our mulligan. Transformation of cyber from Titan to humans. Yes, you love to see it. This makes so much sense. This is... Of course. I mean... Of course. We're dead? Yes, we're dead. We're dead. Because I cyborged. I didn't cyborg my only answer to Blood Moon, so. And of course we were F6'd. No, I didn't F6 on purpose because next turn I wouldn't have had a land, right? So I was going to Tracker, which is uncounterable, plus fetch land to accrue a little bit of the card advantage back. But, you know, of course I wasn't expecting that. In case you hadn't figured that out, I was not playing around Blood Moon. In fact, I had multiple... I had the shot at playing around Blood Moon and I didn't. We just got. Sometimes just get got.
I mean, I know I'm gonna get got. But I'm gonna get mine more than I get got, though. I mean, I know I'm gonna get got. But I'm gonna get mine more than I get got, though.
That's exactly what I feel. All right, what are we doing here? I lost. I lost. I lost track of what we were doing. Were we doing anything? Are we even... Are we what? We're ready to concede and raid the MSL, I guess. Sometimes your opponent's Udo and Red and 6 deck and 4 color deck also just plays Blood Moon as well. I mean, why wouldn't they? Alright, opponent, you got us, you got us. We're not gonna 5-0. We're not gonna 5-0. You got it. That's fine. Alright, that's fine. I'm over that. That was okay though. Where is it? Here. That was okay. Definitely Eidolon looked pretty good. Big fan of Eidolon, this style of deck. Thalia also looked pretty reasonable. But I mean, there just comes a point where you're just splitting your deck in a little bit too many directions. We probably do want access to another Knight of Autumn, but yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I had a good time playing it. Is it better than literally any of the other decks that I played in the past couple of weeks? Probably not. It's not the problem though. It's not the purpose of this deck. You're playing this deck because it's fun. You're not playing this deck because you want to do a lot of winning. So if you're playing this deck and you're tilt off, you're missing the point. Oh, they're starting? Alright. Alright, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please hit that like and subscribe button. I had a good time playing this little brewski, and yep. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.